Henry Mintzberg, Managing. In Managing, Henry Mintzberg dispels common myths and misconceptions about the roles and responsibilities of managers. By exploring the nature of management as a practice combining elements of art, craft, and science, Mintzberg provides readers with a comprehensive understanding of the complexity of the field. Central to the book are the challenges faced by managers, their need to cultivate various management skills, the importance of context and experience, and the pitfalls of overly narrow definitions of what it means to be a leader and manager.
Management, a practice. Managers often start their jobs knowing little about their function, but with experience, they learn to combine the art, science, and profession of management. Management itself is a practice that blends all three elements. Myths about management skills. Forget everything you know about management skills. The common myths about management and leadership skills have distorted our understanding of what it truly takes to be a great manager. The first myth is that leadership and management are mutually exclusive skills, when in reality, effective managers must be able to lead and vice versa. The second myth is that management is a profession, something you can learn from a book. However, management is a craft, one that can only be gained through experience. Lastly, it is a myth that management skills must change as the workplace changes. The truth is, management is about managing human behavior, which has remained unchanged over time. Furthermore, many people believe that managers are reflective, systematic planners who depend on formal management information systems. In reality, most managers don't have the time for such luxuries, and instead, rely on informal sources such as telephone calls, emails, and meetings. They are action-oriented, and their activities are often brief, diverse, and fragmented. Organizational charts do not provide an accurate reflection of managers' relationships, as their lateral relationships with colleagues are actually more important. Lastly, the belief that managers must maintain tight control is a myth. Instead, managers are like conductors of an orchestra, working tirelessly to maintain harmony while unexpected challenges arise. In conclusion, for one to be a great manager, they must have both leadership and management skills. The only way to learn the craft of management is through experience, and as much as the workplace has evolved, the fundamentals of human behavior have remained the same. Effective managers are always on the move, relying on their informal networks, communicating with their colleagues, and being adaptable to changes in their environment. The essential duties of a manager. A manager's job is to ensure that their team meets their goals while performing at their best. This responsibility includes overseeing multiple activities, such as controlling, doing, dealing, thinking, leading, and deciding. Managers must move from theoretical to practical and interpersonal as they work on information, people, and actions. The CEO, being the top manager, leads large divisions in the organization to achieve broad goals. Essential organizational skills for managers. Effective managing requires a blend of art, craft, and science. Managers need to communicate with others within and outside of the organization to set up control systems, assign projects, make final decisions, allocate resources, and set objectives. They act as the nerve centers of their units by acquiring information through observation and communication to direct their subordinates to take action. It is essential for managers to ensure their employees have the information they need to do their jobs. The responsibilities of managers. Managers play a crucial role in unifying and energizing teams while fostering an organizational culture. Besides, they are responsible for building and managing external relationships for their organizations. Effective managers motivate and develop their teams while serving as the unit spokesperson or buffer against external influences. Effective management strategies. Managing on the action level necessitates managers to take advantage of opportunities, deal with disturbances, and solve complicated problems through deep analysis. They must also establish context, prioritize tasks, and lead their team to project fruition via coalitions, negotiation, and support. Effective managerial skills are essential for all individuals impacted by organizational practice. Managerial competencies and traits. Effective managers possess a range of skills and traits, including planning and prioritizing abilities, strong communication and analytical skills, the ability to mobilize others, collaborative work style, energy, experience, ambition, change agent mindset, and learning agility. Successful managers are adaptable and develop a dynamic balance among their roles, blending them into a unified expression of their competencies. Developing these traits requires experience and proactive engagement with others. The diverse role of managers. A manager's responsibilities vary based on factors such as industry, location, and personal style, regardless of the sector they work in. Factors such as seniority, culture, and temporary pressures also play a role. A company's management philosophy has little influence on the manager's work. Personalities determine how managers approach their work, but it's often about how they act, rather than what actions they take. Managers have a common set of core competencies regardless of the industry, organization, or hierarchy level. However, their daily tasks vary greatly, influenced by factors such as the size of the unit managed and the breadth of the managerial job. The book asserts that it's not the manager's sector that defines their skills or activities, but rather the industry they work in. A corporate CEO may manage differently than a Red Cross official monitoring activities in a refugee camp or an NGO executive responding to a political challenge. Other factors such as seniority, culture, and personality also affect a manager's role and responsibilities. The book suggests that a company's philosophy of management has little impact on the tasks their managers carry out. Finally, personality and individual style are critical determinants of how a manager approaches their job. Although people with contrasting personalities may approach the same job differently, it's often how they behave rather than the specific actions they choose to take. The 9 management predicaments. Management involves solving 9 challenging problems, including superficiality, planning, delegation, and change. Managers must balance stability and adaptability while maintaining a connection with the activities they manage while not appearing arrogant. Managing people and tasks is not always easy, and the management landscape is fraught with difficulties. In his book, management expert Henry Mintzberg expounds the fundamental challenges that managers face in their day-to-day work, highlighting 9 enduring quandaries. The first predicament is the syndrome of superficiality. Managers grapple with a lot of work and limited time to complete it. As a result, they tend to deal with issues superficially instead of comprehensively. To resolve this, managers could divide complex jobs into smaller tasks. The second predicament is the predicament of planning. Managers often lack sufficient time for long-range plans. Within this situation, informal strategies developed from on-the-spot learning prove helpful, with strategic thinking considered a craft enhanced by a good deal of art. The third predicament is the quandary of connecting. Managers may struggle to maintain a connection with the activities they manage, resulting in hands-off too often amounts to brain-off. Some Japanese firms overcame this problem by placing managers in open areas to improve communication and access. The fourth challenge managers face is the dilemma of delegating. Managers often perform specific tasks better than their subordinates and have better access to information, which can be personal or privileged. Managers ought to consider skill and personality when delegating tasks. The fifth predicament is the enigma of order. Managers must establish definition and order within their units to allow employees to work sensibly. However, managers must also be prepared for uncertainties. Therefore, a balance must be struck between being too rigid and allowing chaos. The sixth predicament is the clutch of confidence. Managers lacking confidence cannot be effective. Conversely, being too self-assured can lead to arrogance and isolates individuals, instilling a false sense of omnipotence. The seventh challenge is the ambiguity of acting. In complex situations, decisive action is difficult, and managers risk appearing arrogant. Rather than acting just for the sake of appearances, managers should be selective and schedule time for feedback. The eighth predicament is the riddle of change. Organizations require both change and continuity while maintaining stability. Regardless of changes occurring, the unit's direction should be kept on track to create a sense of stability. Lastly, the ultimate conundrum is the biggest management challenge, with managers required to juggle all of their problems responsibly and intelligently. While some predicaments can be reconciled, others may never be resolved. As a result, managers must walk a fine line between stability and adaptability while continuously assessing and identifying the most important issues.
Henry Mintzberg's A Managing casts a critical light on the traditional understanding of management, breaking down myths and misconceptions while highlighting the importance of striking a balance among various managerial roles. The book emphasizes that effective management requires a blend of art, craft, and science that takes into account experience, context, communication, decision-making, and interpersonal relationships. By providing a detailed analysis of different managerial styles and responsibilities across sectors, levels, and industries, Managing offers valuable insights for anyone seeking to navigate the complex world of management and improve their ability to lead and make a meaningful impact in their organizations.